"You're not real," the king whispered, his voice trembling. He thought he was addressing his own slave, but it was the enchantress in disguise. "The fish you turned my people into," he continued. "Every night they lift their heads from the water. They cry to God, and they curse both you and me. That's why I can't heal. You must go to the lake, set them free, and then come back for me. Only then will my health return." The enchantress, overjoyed and completely fooled, rushed to the lake. She scooped up some water, uttered strange, indecipherable words, and a massive commotion stirred the fish. In a breathtaking moment, they raised their heads, their forms shifting and stretching until they stood as men and women once more. The spell was broken. The enchanted city sprang back to life. The lake became a bustling metropolis again, with markets full of merchants, streets filled with laughter, and people returning to their daily lives. The 4 hills that had surrounded the cursed lake transformed back into beautiful islands. Triumphant, the enchantress hurried back to the king. "My lord," she said sweetly, "give me your hand and rise." He replied in a weak voice, "Come closer," as she leaned in. He seized his sword and plunged it deep into her chest. The steel blade emerged gleaming from her back. He struck again, cutting her clean in two. Her deception had cost her everything. Outside, the young king, the true ruler of the city, was waiting anxiously. The sultan emerged and shared the joyous news of his freedom. The young king was overcome with gratitude, kissing the sultan's hand. "Will you stay here in your city, or will you come with me to mine?" the sultan asked. "O king of the age," the young man replied, "do you know how far your capital is from here?" The sultan, recalling his swift journey, said, "About 2.5 days." "You must awaken, O king," the young man exclaimed. "It's a full year's journey for even the most determined traveler. You arrived so quickly only because this city was under powerful enchantment. But know this, I will never leave your side, not even for a moment." The sultan's heart swelled with joy. "Praise be to God who has given me a son. I have never been so blessed." They embraced, their shared victory forging an unbreakable bond. After 10 days of preparations, the young king, accompanied by 50 attendants and bearing magnificent gifts, set out with the sultan. The sultan's heart ached with longing for his own kingdom, but he was filled with new purpose. They traveled day and night for an entire year, kept safe by fate, until they finally neared the sultan's capital. Messengers raced ahead to announce their arrival. The vizier and the army, who had long given up hope, were ecstatic. They rushed out to greet their sultan, kissing the ground before him. Back in his palace, on his rightful throne, the sultan recounted his incredible adventure. He introduced the young king, who was welcomed with cheers and celebration. The sultan, a just and generous ruler, did not forget the one who started it all. He summoned the fisherman, who had brought him the enchanted fish. He bestowed upon him fine robes and asked about his family. The fisherman mentioned he had 2 daughters and a son. In a move that sealed everyone's happiness, the sultan married one daughter himself and gave the other to the young king to be his queen. The fisherman's son was appointed the royal treasure, and what of the restored city? The sultan made his own royal vizier the new sovereign of the now thriving Black Islands, sending him off with a grand entourage. The fisherman became the wealthiest man of his time, and his family lived in joy and prosperity alongside the 2 great kings. They all lived together in peace, their lives intertwined by magic, bravery, and a single, fortunate catch, until the very end of their days. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this ancient tale of magic and adventure, be sure to like and subscribe for more stories from around the world. See you next time.